folks over at Giffords are celebrating today as yet another carrier, this time FedEx, caved to the gun grabbers and announced they'll be going the same way as UPS as far as no longer allowing certain firearms parts to be shipped. Of course, the Middleborough, Massachusetts man stealing guns out of FedEx boxes to sell on his own certainly didn't help, so thank you, random asshole, for making matters much worse.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is brought to you by Legal Heat, the nation's largest firearms training firm. Legal Heat makes it easy for you to get your concealed carry permit by offering over 200 monthly classes, both in person or online, for over 35 states, including multi-state licenses. They also offer ladies-only classes and introductory classes, even in Massachusetts, which is pretty wild. To find a class and save $10 on in-person classes, use my link in the description and promo code LibertyDoll at checkout. Okay gang, let's get into this story. First, remember back when UPS announced they would no longer allow parts dealers to ship through their service and even threatened to seize and destroy packages. It later came out that the usual suspects in Congress had pressured them, as well as a number of other shipping services, into the new policy, blaming them for violent crime. Senator Markey and company wrote a letter to UPS, FedEx, and a bunch of other services, saying, "You allow criminals to steal your packages, and so mass shootings and gun violence are all your fault." Now, it turns out that an ex-FedEx driver in Middleborough, which is a pretty podunk place, was arrested August 12th for allegedly stealing packages containing guns and then selling them. Thank you very much. Become FedEx driver, steal packages, profit, and ruin it for the rest of us.
You're a jerk!
According to local news, he stole 3 packages and then sold them to undercover agents in 2 different controlled purchases on August 9th and 12th. He is, however, only charged with 1 count of possession of a stolen firearm, so not really sure how those numbers add up. A few days later, Giffords Law Center to Prevent Gun Violence asked the president and CEO of FedEx to adopt a policy of refusing to ship dangerous firearm products that are fueling the epidemic of gun violence in America. It's unclear if they were inspired by the Middleborough incident, but either way, dude definitely isn't helping our case. According to the letter, ghost gun manufacturers are known to be irresponsible actors employing questionable business practices with deadly, irreversible consequences.
And he's really into adjectives.
FedEx should not choose to do business with these companies. The policy is needed, says Giffords, because someone was able to order a kit online and put a child's name as the shipping recipient. They say that this means children could easily buy and build a ghost gun, even though I'm pretty sure children don't have credit cards. I mean, sorry to state the obvious, but just because they were able to address it to a child doesn't mean it was bought by a child. The adult entering their credit card information is still the one that bought it. When Vice started hounding them to follow the UPS policy, FedEx responded that they had strengthened their policy the previous year and weren't planning to make any more changes. The statement said, FedEx prohibits customers from tendering specific firearm accessories such as bump-fire stocks, rapid-fire trigger activators, unserialized firearms or ghost guns, and any other firearms manufactured using 3D printing. As federal, state, and local laws change, we will comply with those new regulations as well to protect the safety of our team members and the communities that we serve. You know, I am really sick of this new social requirement over the last few years that requires every company ever to have a stance on every political and social issue ever. The statement wasn't enough for Giffords, who said that FedEx policies leave the door open for shipping a collection of parts that can be turned into a functioning ghost gun with relative ease. FedEx would not have to make case-by-case decisions on whether a package contains parts that cross the threshold to be legally considered a gun. Rather, Giffords wants the company to cease business entirely with retailers known to cater to ghost gun builders. Oh, and how exactly is that information known? Is there a survey that you can fill out to say that you cater specifically to ghost gun builders? And now, after the letter from Giffords and the Vice piece, FedEx has changed its tune.
Like a bunch of pussies.
They say that they're changing the rules due to the new ATF ghost gun rule that requires kit pieces and certain parts to be serialized starting August 24th. A rule that was being challenged as unconstitutional in court and which a judge recently said is completely unlawful. FedEx gave a statement to Vice saying, FedEx is updating its service guide to make it clear that unserialized frames and receivers or other items that may be completed, assembled, restored, or otherwise converted to function as a firearm frame or receiver per federal regulation are prohibited, consistent with the new rule going into effect on Wednesday, August 24th, 2022. Now, I get them trying to cover their butts. They're getting pressured by Giffords, Vice, and even members of Congress. But how do they know that parts inside a package don't have a serial number? Why is it their automatic assumption that an FFL or parts dealer isn't following the rules? And are they going to reverse their policy if the rule is overturned? Highly unlikely on that last part. It's looking more and more like the US Postal Service. Sorry, is going to be the only option, as changing their rules would take an act of Congress. But under today's administration, it could certainly happen. Clearly, the plan here is to make it impossible to ship firearms, parts, and kits, leaving many gun owners, or would-be gun owners, completely stranded. That is it for today's tale of gun-grabbing shenanigans. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, drop a comment down below for the mighty algorithm. And if you want to support the channel in other ways, I have a bunch of links in the description like Subscribestar, PayPal, and Patreon. As always, thanks for tuning in, stay safe, and happy shooting.